Title: My 8-year-old son was involved in an incident at school and the police called me. I asked my wife to come, but she said, "It's not my problem." When I arrived, I was surprised to see the police talking to the teacher. Start. The call came at 3:17 p.m. The voice on the other end said, "Police, school, your son." My chest tightened. I asked my wife to come with me. Her answer was flat, detached. "It's not my problem." Her words burned deeper than the call itself. I drove alone, my hands strangling the steering wheel, fear wrapping around me. My boy, 8 years old, trouble, police involved, and his own mother refusing to stand by him. When I arrived, 2 officers stood in the principal's office. My son sat small in the corner, his head bowed. A teacher shifted nervously, papers clutched in her hand. Then they pressed play on the footage. And there she was, my wife, on the school camera, not comforting our boy, not protecting him, no, conspiring, whispering to another child's parent, pointing toward my son, a silent signal, setting him up. My stomach turned to iron. I married her because I believed in us. She had a smile that softened the hardest days. She stood beside me when I had nothing, or so I thought. We built a home, shared dreams, carved a future together. I thought betrayal was something that happened in other people's lives. I thought my son was our son. But I began to replay things, small fractures in memory. The times she dismissed him, brushed him off, called him your problem. I ignored it, thinking maybe she was tired, stressed, overwhelmed. Love makes excuses. Love blinds you until it rips the bandage off and you see the rot beneath. That night, after the footage, I sat awake in silence, her side of the bed untouched, my boy asleep in the next room, unaware his world was already on fire. I stared at the ceiling and let the rage settle into something colder, not wild, not loud, just precise. I started with questions, not accusations. Questions always reveal more than demands. Why was she near the school that day? Why had she lied, saying she was at a friend's house? Why did she tense when I mentioned the footage? Her eyes flickered, a micro-expression. Guilt is always faster than words. I didn't press further, not yet. I needed more. I checked her phone when she slept, deleted texts, a hidden app, conversations with that parent, strategizing, mocking. My son was their scapegoat, their shield. If their child acted out, mine would take the fall. And my wife agreed. The pieces locked together. She wanted distance from him, a cleaner life, free of what she saw as baggage. My boy wasn't her blood. She had reminded me once in an argument, and I had let it slide. But now she was proving it. Pain shifted to calculation. I documented everything. Screenshots, recordings, bank statements. I set up accounts in my name alone. I spoke quietly to a lawyer. I moved funds without a whisper. She was laughing in the kitchen while I was building her coffin of evidence. The plan unfolded slowly. Patience was my ally. I let her believe nothing had changed. We ate dinner together, exchanged empty words, shared the same roof. But beneath my calm mask, I was sharpening the knife. I arranged meetings with the school. I gave them the footage, the messages, the proof. I asked them to hold until the right moment. They agreed, disgust in their eyes. Then, quietly, I moved for custody papers, full custody. Grounds of endangerment, emotional neglect, collusion against the child, ironclad. I watched her grow careless. She believed I had accepted her excuses. She didn't see the storm gathering. The day of execution was ordinary on the surface. She thought we were attending a routine school meeting. She walked in wearing her polished smile, her rehearsed charm, but the room was already prepared. Police, principal, teacher, lawyer, my boy holding my hand. The footage played again, this time in front of everyone. Her face on the screen, her whispers, her betrayal. Her smile cracked, then shattered. "What is this?" she stammered. I didn't answer. The evidence spoke louder than I ever could. The lawyer slid the custody papers across the table. The police officer asked her to sit back down. The teacher refused to meet her eyes. I looked at her once, calm as stone. It is your problem, and it always was. She tried to reach for me, for us, for the life she thought she still controlled, but the truth had cut the strings. Her words tumbled, desperate but powerless. In that room, power shifted. She fell, I rose. The fallout was swift. She was escorted out, her protests echoing down the corridor. My boy leaned into me, his small voice trembling. "Dad, are we okay?" I tightened my arm around him. "We're better than okay." That night, I sat again in the same bed, her side now empty forever, my boy safe in the next room, and I felt nothing but clarity. Love had blinded me once, betrayal had carved me open, but revenge stitched me back together, piece by piece, stronger than before. This wasn't just betrayal, it was liberation, and I had delivered it with silence, precision, and finality. No regret.